Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the questions you send through to me on Twitter. And I had a bit of a madness with my match review. I was up with new era caps doing some stuff at the United Arsenal game with Harry Pinero. So we were up there. I didn't film my match review on the day. Then when I filmed it yesterday, it bugged out outside Old Trafford. It was pissing down, microphone got fucked up and all that. So I'm just gonna give you a quick match reaction and then go into your rants red talk. I just want to give you the lowdown, the gist in it. The football was shit. I already told you, man, that I've lost patience with Ollie. I think he's a bum of a manager, to be honest. Now all the emotion has cleared. I see, yeah, that the Glazers have fed us yet another fucking sob story, bruv. They got into our feels, yeah, and they done us over in it by giving us Ollie, bruv. Man's got zero credentials. As I said on the Flex and Rant show, Ollie's at the wheel with no driver's license, blood. He don't know what the fuck he's doing, fam. So it's all a bit of a mad thing right now. Obviously, the pundits are gonna single out Pogba as usual, even though he was our best player, him and Axel. I think McTominay had a good game. But Andreas Pereira, Marcus Rashford, and Jesse Lingard, them three men are trash. And I think that the biggest problem at our club right now is actually Lingard and Rashford because them playing is to the detriment of the team. So fuck that, innit? Like the whole thing's a joke. Football shit. Ollie's clipping balls into the back post to Harry Maguire, bruv. I don't know if Harry Maguire or Marouane Fellaini, blood. They ain't really no difference in it. Ollie's a fraud, blood. That's just all it is. So it's one of them things where we are, guys. Things are gonna get a lot worse. And I've lowered my expectations, blood. I don't think we're gonna finish in the top six, bruv. I think that if we finish in the top 10, bruv, then Ollie's done a stellar job. Because right now, with all the injuries and his lack of ability to affect a football match, I could honestly see him losing the dressing room very soon. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the game. If you haven't let me know already, and yeah, we're gonna get into this rants red talk. Man's got my peppermint tea. I'm getting back on my healthy shit, guys. You get me? Because all this traveling with football's kind of fucked with my mojo and that. All right, Samuel Idele, as usual, blood. This bro is always at the top of my questions. You know what's mad? Yeah, if you ask a question on Twitter, the more likes it gets, yeah, then it gets pushed up. So when you ask wavy questions, then you're higher up in it. So this guy keeps doing the thing. He says, why do you think we struggle to score more than one goal no matter who we are playing? It happened under Jose, it's happening now. The players don't seem to have the ruthless mentality that Liverpool and City have when it comes to putting teams to the sword. Love the show. Sick question. You know what I also saw? I saw out of all the top teams, yeah, Manchester United are the lowest in terms of goals scored in the penalty area. And two of them were obviously penalties. You know why that is? Because our attacking structure and build up is shit. It's got nothing to do with the quality of players because Bournemouth are ahead of us. And that's Eddie Howe. Do you see what I mean? Like, also, Michael Owen done an analysis on Raheem Sterling yesterday on BT Sport, and I don't always agree with stuff that Michael Owen says because he's a shit pundit. But one thing Michael Owen knows about is finishing and movement in it because he's one of the best English players, if not the best English player in terms of finishers, bruv. Like Michael Owen, a prime Michael Owen, his movement and his finishing was better than Wayne Rooney. It was better than everyone. It was better than Alan Shearer. Go watch a young Michael Owen and you'll see how good he is, bro. He was genuine world class. Like, there's a reason why he won a Ballon d'Or, bruv. Like, Michael Owen was levels in it, and that's why he played for Real Madrid. Don't ever get it twisted. People look at Michael Owen and say, yo, he flopped at Real Madrid, but he had a 1 in 2 goals to game ratio there, blood. He just didn't fit in because he's English. He probably didn't learn the language, and generally, they don't really take to players from countries like England. In Spain, they don't really respect man like that. So for whatever reason, who cares about that? The bottom line is Michael Owen was saying Raheem Sterling's finishing ain't really that good. It hasn't improved. But what Raheem Sterling has improved on is knowing where to go getting into goal scoring positions, which is obviously what Pep Guardiola's coached him. And I said it, guys. I said Pep has changed this in Raheem, not his feet. Raheem is still liable to miss a fucking 3-yard tap-in, bro. Like, his finishing's mad inconsistent. His technique on finishing and everything sporadic. But he keeps getting in these positions. And the reason why he's scoring that many goals, yeah, is because City create so many chances. That is why when the argument is, when people are saying, oh, he must be world class because of his numbers and this, that, and the other, and all of these other things. I still don't think he's the level of a Sadio Mane or anything like that. I don't. I just think that the Manchester City team and the structure create so many chances that he's gonna score those goals, blood. Do you know what I mean? And the main thing that I want you to take from this is Manchester City have an attacking structure. When they attack, you know who's going to be where. You know where Raheem's going to be in and around. You know what De Bruyne's going to do. When the ball comes through to De Bruyne on the inside right channel, bruv, like more often than not, he just whips that crossing without even thinking. When it comes to Liverpool, you know their two fullbacks are going to come up. You know the ball goes out to Trent or it goes out to Robbo and it gets whipped, bruv. If you're an attacking player, you know exactly what's going to happen. You can react to it before it's even happened because it's repetition, 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 repetition. At Manchester United, there's none of that, bro. There's no attacking structure. There's no attacking shape. There's no style. As a forward, you don't know what's going on, bruv. And if you're Marcus Rashford and have no football IQ, you doubly don't know what's going on, blood. Do you know what I mean? So the lack of attacking structure, like, it's killing us. Like, it's not rocket science to see that attacking wise is where Manchester United are failing and not defensively. Yeah, we're conceding goals, but we're conceding goals because we're not killing teams off, blood, and we're inviting teams on top of us. So the bottom line is, it's always going to be like that, bruv. Jose wasn't an attacking manager either, bruv. He was negative. And so is Oli. Oli's a counter-attacking manager. Counter-attacking is negative because negative means, counter-attacking means that you're reacting to what the other team are doing, bruv. That's negative. That's shit. You know what I mean? So for me, it's Ollie's fault, blood, that man are not scoring, and it was Jose's fault before them. Man need an attacking manager that likes to keep the ball, play on the front foot. As I've said numerous times, if you have the ball, you're attacking. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be at the goalkeeper, you're still attacking because you've got the ball and you're going there. You're attacking. If your centre-back's got the ball, you're attacking because you're trying to score a goal. No matter where the ball is on the pitch, if you have it, you're attacking, bruv. And we don't have enough of the ball in areas that fucking matter because our coach is shit, innit? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Next one, Pranav61987. It says, Ollie in or out? I think I've made it pretty clear where I stand on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The only reason why I don't want Ollie out is because I don't trust the board to replace him right now with anyone that's good enough because no one's available at this time of the season. If this was the end of the season and there were going to be potentially man available in the summer, then yeah, I'd say get him out, bruv. But getting him out now ain't going to help, bruv. Who's going to be in charge? Michael Carrick? Or they're bringing an interim that's shit, blood. That's even worse than him. Can't trust these pussios. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you, man, Ollie in or out? Next one. It just says United 24/7. Why are people hyping up on new signings? Yes, they've done well so far, but Darmian did. Facts. Bailly did. Facts. Lukaku did well at the beginning as well. People want to keep Ollie for the recruitment he's done, but players can easily flop like the others. Not saying they will, but it's a possibility. I think what's different about Ollie's is Ollie's signed 3 players that have come from within Great Britain. 2 of them are Premier League proven, tried and tested, innit? So I don't think it was ever possible that Bissaka and Maguire were going to flop. It was only Daniel James where you could say, you know what, like he had it all to prove. And Daniel James has done all right. A lot of people are going on like Daniel James is a worldie. Like, he's not, bruv. Like, Daniel James has got a lot of pace. For me, though, like, he's starting to look like a bit of a one-trick pony, innit? Like, I like him. Like, he has got a shot in him when he cuts inside. But when you watched him against Arsenal, like, he's got no skill, bruv. Like, he can't beat a player one-on-one with skill, so he just pushes it past them with pace, innit? And he goes down the outside and then he just slaps the ball across the box with his left foot. Like, he doesn't know where it's going. There's no precision. And because we don't have an overlapping fullback, that will draw a player out. He struggled to come inside on his right, and if he can't come on the inside on his right, bro, he's very easy to kind of defend against unless he catches you on a counter attack. So, like, DJ will still score goals, but I think he's a very limited player, and I don't think that he has the technical ability here to get to the top level and be a starter for Man United week in, week out if we were at the level that we're meant to be. I think he's an amazing option to have from the bench because of his pace and that. But the fact we're starting him just shows how weak we are, if I'm completely honest. But I'd say he's done well, especially from where he's come from. And I'd say that he was a good signing for 15 million. Like, you're not going to get players like that. So I don't think it's possible that like any of these signings can flop. Eric Bailly didn't flop. He just couldn't stay fit. Lukaku, even when he was scoring goals, I was telling man he was shit, bruv. Like, the Lukaku thing, I told you, man, from early, his touch was dead, all of this. I said, he's a tapping merchant, bro. Like, he's a 6'3" Chicharito Hernandez, blood. That's what he is. Just without a touch, because at least Chicharito had a better touch than him. So, who was the other player that you mentioned? Darmian. Darmian did start well, but Darmian's a good player, bruv. Like, the thing is with Darmian, I feel like Darmian wasn't treated very well, to be honest, because defensively, when Mourinho needed him to do a job, he always came in and done a job. Darmian under LVG looked wavy, blood, because LVG drilled him and LVG made him get forward, like, because LVG wanted the fullbacks pushing up and all these things. And I just think that Darmian's naturally a defender by nature. So if you don't encourage him to get forward and do things, he won't, innit? And it's the same with Wan-Bissaka to a certain extent. With a manager that makes him bomb forward and makes him put in crosses and he'll improve, blood, going forward. Because right now, he loves defending. But he's just with a manager that ain't really going to be screaming at him to get to the byline. You know what I mean? If Wan-Bissaka had a Jurgen Klopp as manager, like, his ceiling is so high. It's so high. Let me know what you think in the comment section with that, guys. Buddy Israel, it says, if Oli isn't successful, in brackets, not looking good, do you think Brendan Rodgers would be a good fit as manager? But I think Brenda would be a wavy manager for us, bro. Like, from seeing what he's done at Leicester. But the fact that it's mad, you know, because I think because Brendan Rodgers is local, yeah, man have overlooked him, me included, because Liverpool played wavy football under Brendan Rodgers, bruv. That Sterling, Sturridge and Suarez was a mad thing, innit? It was a mazzoline. Them were putting 5 past everyone. And he went back to Celtic to kind of rebuild his confidence after that didn't work out there. And he's come back strong, bro. Like, and I read something somewhere. I think it was Tom on Twitter, and he said, bruv, you don't be a manager for 10 years, yeah, and end up at Mulder and Cardiff by accident. And that resonated with me, you know, because I was like, real talk, you're 10 years deep in the game and that's who you're managing. Maybe you're just a shit manager and that's your level, blood. Like, that's why you're there. I never thought about it like that. But when you actually think, if I'm 10 years deep into my career and that's the level I'm at, maybe you're just shit, bro. Like, even me, like, making YouTube videos and doing this media thing. Like, I'm, like, in my 3rd year in general of doing media. Within 3 months, I was doing Vice. I done RT. Like, 2 years ago, man, done Sky Sports. Yeah, almost 2 years ago, man, done Sky Sports. I've been doing mainstream and, like, big things for a while. But if I was 10 years into doing this, yeah, and man was still just talking into my phone, yeah, I feel like, bruv, that's just what you are, innit, bruv? Like, that's it. Like, you're not gonna do it, B. Like you're where you're meant to be, fam. If you're 10 years deep, bruv, and you're still just talking to you into your phone and you got 100 subs and that, like, this is not for you, blood. And Manchester United level is not for him, not for Oli. I'd take Brendan Rodgers based on the football that he's played, but I think we can get better than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Brendan Rodgers is a good kind of fit if United are really serious about doing this young manager thing, giving them time and all of that. It would have made more sense to get in Brendan Rodgers or like an Eddie Howe, yeah, and then say, yeah, cool, we're going to give them 3 years. Because at least Eddie Howe's got Premier League experience of keeping a team up, blood. Ollie's only Premier League experience was relegation. So, yeah, like these men that you've mentioned, like the Rodgers, what's Bomber Clark name, bruv? The Bournemouth manager, Eddie Howe. These men are all got more credentials than Ollie in the Premier League, and it's very scary when you actually break it down and think about that. So I think Rodgers would be a decent fit, but I don't think he's the answer. But I like the football he's playing. You have to respect him. You can see a clear change between the Ranieri football and the Rodgers football, which tells you that Rodgers is implementing something proper at Leicester. And that's why all the people that are saying that Ollie ain't got the players, that's why the football shit, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because Norwich don't have the players that Ollie has and they play better football than him. I said the same about Leeds, Bournemouth, even Sheffield United are playing better football than us at the moment. They had Liverpool on the ropes. So I'm not trying to hear about the players Ollie has at his disposal. The reason why we play shit football is because Ollie's a shit coach. It just says Arsenal FC, we are Arsenal FC. You're right about having the right manager. Gnabry was at Arsenal and West Brom, reject. But with the right coach, he's bossing it at Bayern. Also, how is Ollie getting away with doing the same tactics as Mourinho on the pitch? Guys, I did tell you, managers are important, tactics are important, style of play is important, bruv. It's important. There's a reason why Mkhitaryan looked like a worldie at Dortmund, then he come to England and he looked dead. There's a reason why there's so many players playing one system at one club, then he goes somewhere else, it doesn't quite work out for them. There's a reason why Gnabry looking fucking flames at Bayern. There's a few. Could be the coach, could be the system, but it also could have been that he was quite young at Arsenal and he just wasn't ready, bruv. Different players mature at different times. I do think it's definitely down to the coach, though. Once a coach has got you confident, playing in a system that suits you, you see a lot from players. You see a lot from players, man. So a lot of the time, like, there's numerous factors as to why players aren't doing well. Like I say about Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford. I think they're both shit players. However, there are systems that Marcus Rashford could look good in. If he was playing for Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, he would look better. Because they'll stick him out on the left where Mane is, and he would just look better. Simple. And same with Jay Lings, bruv. You stick Jesse Lingard into that Liverpool team or into the Man City team or into Leicester, he'll look better because they've got a fluid system and a way of playing. And Jesse Lingard can play one touch and he runs a lot. He'll do the third man runs and do all of that. But in a disjointed team like Manchester United, if you don't have individual brilliance, yeah, you're going to look shit because there's no cohesive unit. So the only reason why Pogba can be scoring all the goals he scored last season is because he's just good, bruv, on his own. It's nothing to do with the team. Because right now, we've got 11 individuals just playing this game, bro. That's why Bagger man are looking real shit right now. And the same can be said for Andreas Pereira. In a team with a structure, a more fluid way of playing, and an understanding, he wouldn't look as shit as he does, bro. Because he's technically a decent player. He's got very good technique, but his football IQ is not very good. He needs to be coached. He's not going to get that from Ollie. Let me know what you think in the comment section regarding that. If you don't know much about Gnabry, you don't have to, but just there's loads of players that you can kind of replace him with and get the same kind of picture. Next one, at Labille_life. Would you take Allegri? I don't want Allegri. I told man already, I'm done with the pragmatic football. I want flair. I want entertainment. I want possession. For me, football, you need to be entertained, innit? Football is an entertainment. Sport is entertainment. Like, yeah, all the passion and all that, support the team just because it's great, but I want to be fucking entertained, innit? It's that simple, bro. There's a reason why attackers, yeah, always get all the accolades. There's a reason why Ballon d'Or winners, 9 times out of 10 are attackers. There's a reason why players like Ronaldinho, like Messi, they capture the imagination of players and people love to watch them. Young Ronaldo as well. It's because football's entertainment, bro. It's about how it makes you feel when you're watching it. Allegri don't do nothing for this. Like, it doesn't do that for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd take him, but I don't want him, bruv. Like, I feel like getting Allegri. Now, what is it? Like, nah, it's dead for me, really. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like just getting a young Jose and that. Man's not really on that still. If you were Ollie and you already knew your managerial credentials alone would never warrant you the United job in the first place, would you be humble enough to say no or take the job? If you'd still take it, then can we really be mad at Ollie since we all knew he was never a good manager? I've said this before, guys. If I was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, and I knew that I was a shit manager or a limited manager, I would never take the Manchester United job unless I knew I was getting a director of football, or I knew that I had experienced people around me to help me. He has neither. He has no DOF, and he's got fucking McKenna and Carrick. I don't know what McPhelan does anyway, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But whatever he does is dead. There's no way I would have taken the job. And if I did take the job and I realized that I'm out of my depth, I would walk, bro. I would walk. Or if I realized that the board have promised me players and then I don't get them, I would walk, bro. I would walk. It takes a much bigger man to say, you know what, this was the dream, but this ain't the dream, bro. Like, I don't know, man, them. Have you ever been in a situation, or even ladies as well, if you're watching this, where you really like someone, or you really want to go out with someone and that, and then you meet up with them, you go on a date, yeah, and then you think, you know what, blood, this did not go how I imagined it in my head, bruv. Like, this ain't it. Like, I've been there, bruv. There's been gal that man's gone to school with. I've fancied gal for all the way through school, you know, like from when I was young, bro. Like 2 years above me in school, man used to be in year 8 and that, just lusting and that. 10 years later, I'm linking up with you, I'm chatting to you and that, we go out on a date and you're boring, fam. And I'm like, bro, in my head, this was so much better. Do you know what I'm saying? Dead. That's exactly what it would have been with Manchester United for me. I'd have said, you know what, bruv? Like, I had a vision of how this was meant to feel. It don't feel like that, man's dipping in it, bruv. Thanks, but no thanks. That's what I would have done. And that's what Ollie would have done if he was a real bad man, innit? But Ollie's not about that life, bruv. Ollie's going to fall on his own sword, bruv. And I hate it had to be him. Next one, at Just-ish4. Do you think there's a special relationship between United and Arsenal? Because they're both heavily supported, more so than others globally in the English Premier League. I don't know about that. You know what it is? Arsenal's the most supported team in London, yeah? And United is the most supported team in the UK and in the world, innit? So, you know what it is? We're the two biggest teams. I'm with the two biggest teams in London as well. It's mad. United and Arsenal. Like, you think United, the London population is about 10 M's, innit? And the population of Manchester is just over a milli. Like, you can't compare it, innit? So it's one of them ones where we have probably the two biggest we've got the biggest fan base in the country as a whole. Arsenal got the biggest fan base in London. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crossovers. Also, we share a lot of rivalries due to the success of the two clubs at the same time. So there's a mutual hatred and a mutual respect in it. Like, as much as I don't like Arsenal, yeah, I respect the rivalries that we had and the competition and that, you know what I mean, that era, like, it was close to my heart because I was growing up learning the game, watching the game at this time when it was happening. So the Arsenal game will always be the biggest game for me. Like, it will always be the biggest game for me for that reason. Also, being from London as well, I don't have many friends that support Arsenal, to be fair, but being from London anyway, like, you know what I mean, you go school, you go work, whatever. Like, I was even saying in the car, I'm glad I don't live in Manchester because United are so shit. Imagine you're next to a neighbour's City, you go work, City fans. Like, even when I was standing outside the hotel, some geezer shouting, "Oh mate, you got a piece of shit on your hat," and that, when I had the United New Era hat on, and I bust out laughing. Do you know what I mean? And that was in Manny, bro. Because you know what I mean? Like, United are a laughing stock, bro, in Manchester right now. So I'm glad I'm not there, bro. Because, man, you see Rants get done for GBH and that. So I think there's a mutual respect and hatred simultaneously, innit, between Arsenal and United fans. I think that's the best way to put it. This rare said Brexit FC supporter, that's his name. That's how far we've fallen. What do you think of Julian Nagelsmann? Would he be a good replacement for United if we sack Oli? Nagelsmann's wavy. He's wavy. But he would need a good structure behind him, innit? Because he's young. He's in his 30s, bro. Like, having someone like him is like, that's no different to really giving Eddie Howe a chance. Or giving Eddie Howe a chance. That's the closest I can kind of, that's the closest I can kind of think. Giving Eddie Howe a chance, bro. It's just that he's doing it in Germany, innit? So, I like him. I don't know. I would happily take him as the replacement if we got Paul Mitchell as well from Leipzig with him. If we got Mitchell as well, the DOF, then I'll be like, all right, cool, man, and getting them two together, like, man, are doing something. But I don't think it's cool to give a young manager like that the Manchester United job and not give them the structure around them to support them, innit? So I wouldn't give him the job, bro. Like, I want Pochettino. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about the 7-2 and all that. I think that Poch isn't happy at Spurs. And because he's not happy at Spurs, a lot of players aren't happy. The dressing room's divided. Ericsson wanted to leave. He didn't get to leave. I think that was Levy's fault because you know what Levy's like. He strikes a hard bargain. And I just feel like there's a lot of unsettled people, unhappy people, including Poch. Trippier was sold. He wasn't replaced. Do you know what I mean? I just think that Poch is fed up with balling on this JSA budget, and he's lost his passion and his love for the job at Tottenham. And I think ultimately he'll leave at the end of the season. I really do. So that would be my first choice. There'll be no one above Pochettino for me. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Wilson, at Wilson Winehouse. What does Jimmy Garner have to do for a decent chance? Got 6 goals already. Some against teams full of men, not just kids. Scored more than Rash Bandicoot, Andreas, and Jesse Houdini combined. Rash Bandicoot, I knew that was going to catch on, you know. You're right, but that's what I said about Ollie. He's a fraud, guys. Remember when LVG was there, man played Paddy McNair, Makeda, not Makeda, blood. Fuck out of here, blood. Man say Makeda. What's wrong with me, bro? It's because I'm thinking of the other youth with the Italian name, and I've lost it now. Man played Paddy McNair, Tyler Blackett, Borthwick Jackson, Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford. And if I've missed anyone else out, let me know, guys. But he played the youngsters, bro. Like, his philosophy was play young players, and he played them. Respect to LVG. He went out, he died on his sword, and he went out like fully backing his own philosophy. He rated his team. I respected that about him. I'd rather Ollie was playing the likes of Jimmy Garner, playing the likes of Levitt. The young left back that came on, was it against Astana? Looked very good as well. Very good. I was very impressed by him. I didn't know much about him before then. If I'm honest, he looked very good. Axel also looked wavy at left back against Arsenal. If he played these youths and was playing a good brand of football, yeah, but we were losing games, but I could see they were brave, they were exciting, I'd back Ollie. I'd be like, you know what? If he gets better players, this is going to improve because like the nucleus is there. But when I look at Ollie, he's a fucking fraud, lad. Man said he was going to sell Lukaku and Sanchez so we could play Mason. He's not playing Mason. He's a pussy. I'm not trying to hear this no more. Man, like fucking Matic was dissing off Ollie. If that was LVG, I'll put your blood clot in the reserves, brother. And he's playing Jimmy Garner, bro. He's playing Levitt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's a fraud. Jesse Lingard. Fuck Jesse Lingard. Play Jimmy Garner instead. Like, it's simple. If Ollie wanted to adhere himself to the fans, yeah, like me, like, if I can see you're actually building something, man, I'm saying trust the process. There's no process with Ollie. Ollie's winging it, blood. He's winging it. So, brother, I can't answer your question other than Ollie's a pagan. He's lied to all of us, guys. He's lied to all of us. Yeah, I'm gonna play the youth. It's the United way and that, and we've got a plan. You ain't got no fucking plan, bruv. That's why they call him the Norwegian PE teacher, bruv. Last question. At Crafty13, how and why is Rashford still taking free kicks for your team? Paul Pogba or Daniel James need to take over. Bro, the fact that Marcus Rashford's still on free kicks, yeah, tells you the biggest problem at Manchester United is him and Jesse Lingard. Manchester United have inflated their egos so much by giving these guys new deals, big money, trying to push this United new class of 92 bullshit on us, blood, because that's what they're doing. When you go to Old Trafford, you see pictures of McTominay, Lingard and Rashford. They're trying to push this whole nostalgia, bringing through youth thing on us, even though these men are not good enough. They've inflated these guys' egos, not McTominay, the other two. These guys' egos so big that they think that they've already made it. Remember when he posted that Instagram tweet, the Instagram post, and it was 0.1 something something, and they were saying, yeah, that's the percentage of how many people make it as footballers. Basically trying to let people know, yeah, like, we're in like the fucking 1% that actually made it. Yes, you are, but I don't mean you're good. You're still shit, blood. Do you know what I mean? And that was their way of kind of clapping back at the haters. You're shit. You're extremely fortunate to be in the position you're in because you're rubbish. It's that simple, bruv. I know a million man that are better than them, man, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? I got man that play for the United Stand FC that are better than them, man. Facts, bro. There'll be certain man in watching this video that are better than them, man. Whether you played at academy level and you didn't quite make it to pro and now you've got a 9 to 5, you're probably still better than these man, bro. It don't take much. These man are shit ballers. And it's one of them ones where the fact that Ollie keeps rushing Rashford back from injury, he's got an inflated self-worth and he thinks he's way better than he is, bruv. And that's the manager's fault and that's the club's fault for gassing these men up. So that's why Rashford's on free kicks. That's why. Because he's the golden child and I don't know why, fam. So that's not going to change. I think Pogba will definitely leave at the end of the season and he can't wait to leave, I'm sure. And Rashford will continue to take fucking free kicks. I don't even know, bruv. Like, the whole Rashford taking set pieces thing is literally everything that's wrong with the club right now. A lot of these fucking Brexit pundits like to focus on Pogba, Martial and that, but actually the real viruses, yeah, right now, are fucking Rash Bandicoot, bruv, and man said Jesse Houdini. I like that, bruv. Let me know what you think in the comment section. That was your Rants Red Talk. If you ain't smashed that like button, I beg you smash that like button for me, please. My guys, make sure you follow the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs. What have we got? Thursday we've got Astana, so that's when I'm gonna see Astana. AZ Alkmaar. I'm not going to Alkmaar still. I'm not going to Alkmaar, so you'll get your match review on here. Rotted. You'll get your match review on here. Should I see the night of the game? Yeah, you'll get it the night of the game. So that'll be tomorrow, guys. So yeah, have a good fucking day and all of that jazz. Man's off to the BBC now. Got two meetings and that. Wish me luck in it. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow.